Well, hello and welcome to Nathan Plays Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye. My name is Nathan and this is Outer Wilds for your personal computer. This is a special game to me. I played it when it came out in 2019 and absolutely loved it. It became my favorite thing that I played that year. Echoes of the Eye dropped a year or two after that, and really enjoyed that as well. It turns out, looking back at my records, I haven't played Echoes of the Eye since, I think, 2023, I just read. 2022. So it's been a few years for that as well. Time passes, and that is freaking me out a little bit. But it's okay. I started replaying this game recently, and I realized this thing is so special to me that I want to show it to other people as well, and hopefully they can see why it is such a great game if they're not willing to check it out for themselves, or don't have the time or energy or resources, whatever. With that in mind, we are going to start a brand new expedition. The plan is so Echoes of the Eye is kind of a standalone-ish thing. We'll get to it. But the plan is to do the main story of Outer Wilds, and as well as Echoes of the Eye when we get to it, but that'll be later on in this series. Here we go. Am I sure this will delete all progress? Yes, I was having fun with it just now, but then I thought, let's show it to the people. Here we go. All right, it's time to wake up. So we have a peaceful scene, some sort of an explosion in space. We can look around and we can move, as you can see in the top right corner. We've been sleeping by the campfire. I don't plan on doing different voices for all the different characters in the game. There's too many to keep track of, and I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to do my best. But let's start by talking to this fellow here. Oh, we can roast a marshmallow. There is an achievement to roast a perfect marshmallow. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but you can right trigger to extend stick. I can move it closer to the fire. Oh, there we go. I've already roasted it. Alright, fine. Let's talk to Slate. There's our pilot. Back from your pre-launch camp out under the stars, I see. So, it's launch day, eh? Seems like only yesterday you joined the space program, and suddenly here you are, leaving on your first solo voyage. What do you say? Ready to get this beauty off the ground? It's all fueled up and ready to go. Are you you're sure you fixed the retro rockets? That was only a problem one time, and then maybe a few times after that. But hey, no reason to dwell in the past, right? Anyway, you'll need to get the launch codes from Hornfels at the observatory before you can lift off. Just bring those here once you've said your goodbyes or whatever. Alright, well, so this is the elevator up to the launch pad, but we cannot use it without the launch codes. Therefore, we are going to head this way. There's some supplies there and things. As a lovely song begins to play. We're learning about jumping. So this is the game's sort of clever way of tutorializing what you'll be up against later. Hello, this is Micah. Hey, it's you. Slate said you're blasting off in your ship today. I'm really excited to see the launch. Aren't you gonna go into space, aren't you? You better not have changed your mind. Hey, I'm still going. You better be. It's been forever since anyone launched into space. I really, really want to see it. Really bad. Hey, you want to try out my model ship? Slate says it's just like the real thing, only less likely to start a fire. Okay. So we have controls here. I've got up thrust, down thrust, and then my horizontal thrusters. We're going to try and land on that pad over there. Okay. Oh. Close enough. And we get our ship back. We can also get it into the geyser there. And watch it sail away. Which Can I get to that last pad? Let's see. Ah, yeah. What's up? Nailed it. All right. My game audio is incredibly loud here as I record this, so I'm just going to pause. I'm going to tarry here a moment to see if I can do something about that. There we go. I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell at you, dear viewer. And I feel like I have to over the audio in my headphones. All right, oh, what has passed over the sun there? No, that appears to be our moon, with a plume of smoke coming off of it. We'll check that out later. What a nice town. This is launch towers that way, but we're not going there. We need the codes. This is Porphy. Heyo, Hatchling. I hear you're leaving us to seek adventure among the stars. When you return, let's you, me, and Gossin open up a bottle of the good stuff. The good stuff is less delicious sap wine and more daunting digestive challenge. An iron stomach is the mark of a true Hearthian, my friend. Our hardy hunter-gatherer lifestyle stems from trial and error, by which I mean our ancestors survived eating a lot of bad things. Okay. So there's Porphy's house, I guess. Over here, we have Rutile. You're actually blasting off in that thing, huh? Hey, they don't explode as often anymore. All I know is between the space program and Micah's model rockets, things seem to burn to the ground around here more than they used to. Alright, that's fair. Outer Wilds Ventures presents postcards from Owen. So this is our satellite camera. This projector is linked to our Sky Shutter satellite, which is currently orbiting Timber Hearth. The satellite is equipped with 2 onboard cameras. See if you can take a snapshot of our village. Okay, so in the top right, you can see I have controls for forward and reverse snapshots. And there's our village. Every time I tap the button, I'm getting another shot there. That's cool. This pilot seat, used by pioneering astronaut Feldspar, is all that remains of our inaugural flight into space. Although it's been argued that such a distinction requires a breathtakingly liberal definition of flight, that day will nevertheless always be remembered as a landmark achievement in Hearthian history. Some bottles, some other sort of leftover bits and bobs. Model of the ship. So on from our space program here. How you doing? Marl. So, it's launch day, huh? Hal's gonna miss ya. Speaking of launch day, I was thinking about it, and the platform those ships launch from is getting old. Isn't it about time you built a new, less flammable one? That big tree in the village would be just the perfect choice. I wouldn't mind helping out the space program. Just say the word. Nice try. We all know you have it out for that tree. What? No, I just think it's in the way and someone ought to chop it down, you know? Specifically me. You think this has to do with the time I fell out of it and broke my arm? That was when we were hatchlings. Who would hold a grudge for that long? Okay. Playing a bit of banjo. Hello there, Space Cadet. I hear you're leaving the crater today. If you meet any of the other travelers up there, remind them to take proper care of their instruments, won't you? Tell me about the travelers' instruments. Oh, sure. I made all their instruments, you know. Let me see. There's Chert's drums, Rebek's banjo, and Gavro's flute. And Feldspar's harmonica, of course, though Feldspar's been missing for a long time. Sometimes it feels like just yesterday they were playing their harmonica around the campfire. Anyway, you hear music in space, that'll be one of the space program's other travelers. If you feel like company, you can always pull out your signal scope and track them down. All right. That's cool. Observatory is that way. There's Tefra and Galena. Hello, astronaut. If it isn't my favorite troublemaker. We wanted to play hide and seek, but Moraine won't let us borrow their signal scope because it's really delicate and not supposed to be thrown around like that. Hey, can we use your signal scope? Can we please? We'll even let you be it. Sure, let's play. Woohoo! Okay, here are the rules. Galena and me will hide with these radios, and you'll use your signal scope to find us. Last one to be found wins. Okay, close your eyes and start counting. So we close our eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Equip signal scope. So we have a frequency hide and seek, and as I close in, That sounds pretty promising. Oh, I see a individual there. How do I get to you? Oh, I can do... Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, dear. Ow. Okay. Minor mishap. Won't happen again. Let's get out of the water. Do I have I have a flashlight? I wasn't sure if I was carrying it already. Okay. Soothing guitar music. Let's not fall again. I see you there. Jump. Yeah. Ah, you found me. My hiding spot was super good. Don't forget, you have to find both of us, okay? Alright. Where is that other rascal? Nice. Gotcha. Galena. Oh, that one will still say unknown, right? Because I didn't have it. I need to be close enough with the signal scope. I won? I'm happy. Thanks for playing with us. Yeah, sure. Alright. So that's a little bit of tutorializing on the signal scope. Okay, let's go this way. I like talking to everybody. Talk to Spinal. Fishing rhyme, singing helps me pass the time. You're leaving the crater. Guess we'll all be a little busier without you around to lend a hand. That big water planet, Giant's Deep, that's where I'd go. Why's that? One time, after the rest of the village had left to sleep and it was just the two of us sitting around the campfire, Gabbro told me about their first trip to Giant's Deep. They landed their ship easily enough in the waves, but they couldn't see too far down on account of how murky the water was, I guess. Too dark. Gabbro wants to see what lay beneath the surface, so they decided to travel deeper. They traveled down and down, and suddenly Gabbro couldn't go any further. Yeah, Giant's Deep has a current you can't pass through. Sure, okay, but shut up a minute. This is the good part. As though exercising a will of its own, the water was refusing to let Gabbro go any deeper. It held Gabbro back, almost as if it were trying to protect them from something. And then, in the terrible darkness, Gabbro saw it. The tentacle of some hideous beast. Is that true? Heard it from Gabbro himself. Gabbro can be a little fanciful, sure, but they aren't a liar. I mean, probably. Anyway. I guess if you want to know the story's entirely true, you can go see Giant's Deep for yourself. Okay, might just do that. Up we go. Okay, observatory is that way. I saw smoke coming from Young Bark Crater up north and figured I should go check it out. You can use the scout launcher, just please don't break it while I'm gone, says Tektite. Oh, scout launcher, okay. East is the Nomai Ruins. Quantum Grove Crater. Oh, that sounds cool. So this is Geyser Mountains and Young Bark Crater. Okay, well, oh, so we can aim this with right stick. Launch the scout. Wait a little bit there. That, I guess, is the Quantum Grove Crater. Whoa. Bonk. We hit a tree. Okay. But then I can use the pad to rotate the camera from wherever it's stuck. But that's not really helpful, so we'll get our scout back. Okay, cool. I mean, once we get our ship, we can go look at these places in person, but... What's this about? Whoa, do that again. This is Arcos. Hi, astronaut. You know the patch of ghost matter inside this fence? Gosson said it used to be bigger when they were a hatchling, because ghost matter evaporates. It just takes a super long time to go away. I hope there's still ghost matter in the village when I'm a grown-up. Ghost matter is awesome. Ghost matter is super cool. It'll burn the heck out of you. Yeah, I heard touching it hurts so bad it feels like your whole hand's on fire. Try not to walk into any in space, okay? That sounds bad and painful. Okay, ghost matter. These little crystals here. Danger. Inside this fence is a pocket of ghost matter, a strange and dangerous substance that's invisible to the naked eyes. The good news is that you can detect ghost matter with a camera. Moving through ghost matter is uniquely painful and will probably kill you. Don't complain to me if you hurt yourself fooling around. Hornfells. Use camera. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can see on the camera there's a kind of radiation coming off of the crystals there. Which, yes, we shall dutifully avoid. Nothing much going on back here. The Zero-G Cave. Hey, come say hi to your old flight coach before you launch. I've got Zero-G training set up if you want a refresher. Alright, let's check it out. This is Gossin. Hey, I thought I might see you before the big launch. Nerves getting the better of you? I'm a little nervous, yeah. Good. Everyone should be a bit nervous going into space. I got cocky during my first flight and nearly put a new crater in the moon. Still, I was never as green as you. Hey, I've gotten better. Think so, do you? Feel like proving it to your old flight coach? There's a satellite, which is definitely not just a piece of broken mining equipment, set up down in the Zero-G Cave and in need of repairs. If you're looking for a last-minute Zero-G practice, head down the lift and into the cave, or don't, so long as you're confident you can make ship repairs in space. One repaired satellite coming up. Cool. Get to it and try not to concuss yourself right before your first launch. Alright. I don't really need to do this bit personally because I'm fairly familiar with the controls of the game, but I'm going to check it out. The cave is lit up like stars. Isn't that nice? We'll go down the lift here, turn on our flashlight. Gravity's getting a little less, and here we can suit up. We see our fuel and oxygen meters in the corner, top corner there. We've got a gravity is 0.3. And a little compass. You can see my thrusters. Up thrust, down thrust. Whee! Okay. And here's tough. Hey, hey, nice of you to drop down. Give me the dirt. Some fresh dirt. Not much happening down here lately. Let me think. Come to think of it, Tektite saw something crash outside the village crater earlier. That's new and different. Oh, hey, how about that? Yeah, they were on Firewatch with the old scout launcher and saw smoke, so they went to check it out. Safety first, right? No, I'm kidding. I said that to Tektite once. Pretty rude how long they laughed for, if you ask me. So this, excuse me, takes us down to the Zero-G Cave. Whoa. And using the thrusters to kind of manage my descent. Oh, we're getting already, then we're down to 0.1x gravity, and down we go to this broken piece of mining equipment. 0 of 3 repaired. So I can lock on. I can also now press the A button to match velocity, which will just sort of stop me, which is really nice. And we will repair the satellite node here by holding the X button. 1 of 3 repaired. I can also roll down here as well. Let's see. So this is going to be a valuable skill at certain points in the game. Something you do want to have a handle on. Oh yeah, I think the last one is inside. And we'll get a little closer here. There we go. Training simulation complete. Alright. Let's get out of here. Whoa. The game has sort of automatically oriented me. now that I'm back in gravity, which is nice. I need to get out of here, so we're gonna jump to platforms. Whoa. And yep. A little bit more thrust. Nice. Alright, see you later, dude. We'll put back the suit here. There we are. No more thrusters for us. Too bad. I was enjoying the jetpack. Take the elevator back to the surface. How did I do? Nicely done. Of course, it'll be a little more stressful when you're hurtling through space, but just remember your training and try not to hit anything big. I can see you're itching to get off this rock, so go get the launch codes from the observatory and get out of here already. Best of luck out there, and hey, try to avoid getting yourself killed now that I put so much time into training you. Got it? Thank you. Very encouraging. Observatory. Doo-doo. Lovely homes here. Ooh, source of the waterfall from down below. And the observatory. There's some of our previous explorers. Hornfels, Gossam, and so on. Outer Wilds Ventures founding members, clockwise from the top left. Hornfels, Gossin, Slate, and Feldspar. Outer Wilds Ventures Timber Hearth's first and only space program was founded to explore the farthest reaches of our solar system. Feldspar was the first Hearthian to be intentionally launched into space. That's a great way to put that. They completed the first orbit around Timber Hearth and later made the first of what would be many landings on our moon, the Attlerock. There's kind of a cool statue here. Hello. Hey, it's my favorite astronaut. Launch day at last, huh, buddy? It's the Translator Tool's inaugural flight, too. I'm so excited it's making me nauseous. Just think, you'll be able to translate any Nomai text you want, anywhere you are. The two of us put a lot of hours into inventing that tool, so don't break it, okay? Oh, geez, do not break it. Ignore me, okay? I'm just nervous. And I'm not even the one going into space. How are you feeling? I'm excited. Good. You've only been waiting for this day since we were hatchlings. I can't wait to see all your training pay off. So what's the dirt? You here to see the new Nomai statue? Of course. Ha! I knew you'd want to see it before you headed off. Hornfels just finished prepping it for display today. Amazing, isn't it? Makes me wish we could see what a real live Nomai looks like, but I guess this is as close as we'll ever get. Check it out. It looks like they had fur. Fur is weird. This is the first fully intact statue ever found, you know, and for how old it is, it's in great shape. Ah, geez, I got a little carried away there. Go on. You have a ship to launch. Take care of yourself out there, you hear? Alright, this remarkably intact statue was carved by the Nomai, an ancient species who dwelled in our solar system thousands of years ago. The statue provides us with our most detailed look yet at the Nomai, who appear to have been covered with a layer of fur. Note the decorative jewelry that has been carved as part of the antlers. Oh. Although their artifacts and structures have been found on almost every planet in this solar system, we still have no idea where this species came from or what happened to them. Decorative jewelry on the antler. Oh, okay. Cool. Here's our sort of little planetarium. This piece of Nomai writing was essential to deciphering their unique language. Although this text is linear, Nomai text often branches off from a central point. Interestingly, each branch tends to be written by a different author. So here's our translator. And we can translate this. Cassava says, "We're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction, and she says calibrating the device won't take long." And then I can move it over. Felix says, "Unfortunately, the Attlerock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search." Okay. Cool. Aside from the dwellings and structures they built, the Nomai also made art. This decorated pottery was first discovered on Brittle Hollow. Some ancient Nomai art depicts strange animals, foreign celestial objects, and other subjects that can't be found in our solar system, which makes us wonder whether the Nomai originated elsewhere in the universe or simply had vibrant imaginations. Were the Nomai born in our solar system, or were they born among other stars and planets? And if they were, how and why did they come here? These are just some of the questions we hope to answer through further xenoarchaeological expeditions. Cool. What you see here are parts of the Nomai skeleton. We can tell from their skulls that they possessed antlers and, quite unusually, only 3 eyes. The Nomai body was most likely adapted for living exclusively on land. The difference in the Nomai's anatomy, such as their shockingly fragile bone structure, show us that Hearthians couldn't have descended from Nomaian ancestors. It's not clear where the Nomai originated from or why they disappeared. We hope to find more clues to this puzzle as we explore our solar system. Yes, we do. The Nomai technology brought back from space by our astronauts has been a great boon to Outer Wilds ventures, allowing us to modify expedition gear in exciting and useful ways. For example, the Little Scout now boasts a warp retrieval capability that allows astronauts to recall their scouts almost instantly. This has dramatically reduced the number of scouts lost to the depths of space. This crystal was taken from a Nomai ruin on Brittle Hollow. It seems to create a local gravity distortion and was most likely used to traverse steep surfaces. Try it out. Okay, we can walk up to it and we lock to the wall here. And there's a gentle humming. Okay, I'm stuck. There we go. I'd like to get off now, please. Thank you. No, I read that already. What is this? There's a picture of what looks to be a ship on another planet. There's a picture of some ruins. This anglerfish specimen was found attached to the landing gear of one of our ships that flew close to dark bramble. It appears well suited to living in dark places with minimal atmosphere. Hope to see no more of you guys later. If a star is massive enough, it will continue to fuse carbon into even heavier elements like iron. Ultimately, the star will collapse under its own gravity and then explode in a violent event called a supernova. Based on Chert's observations, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. Okay, so it's kind of the life cycle of a star. And here we have... Oh. Were you... You were just there. This strange rock moving around in this grotto appears to react to conscious observation. The level-headed among us realize there must be some sort of optical illusion at play, but Gabbro claims the rock, quote, exists in all possible states until it is observed, whatever that means. Whatever is actually happening, both sides of this debate agree the effect is extremely creepy. Yeah, it's over here now, and when I look away, now it's over there, and it's gone. It's back. You can look at it, look away, and it moves. It is creepy. All right, then. Very good. New exhibit. The radio tower here on Timber Hearth was built to receive transmissions from our deep space satellite, and to this day still houses the first ever photos taken of the entire solar system. These photos were made possible by the deep space satellite's unusual vertical orbit that it carries it high above and below the plane of the solar system. Thanks to a recent upgrade, the deep space satellite is now responsible for generating the real-time solar system map used by our newest astronauts. This is a bit from the DLC that we will follow up on a little later. Let's see here. Watch closely. These balls move on their own. The ground is perfectly level, so what do you think causes this spooky motion? The answer is the moon. As it orbits our planet, the Attlerock's gravity pulls on objects from different directions. In fact, it's pulling on you right now. Wow. There they go. So neat little kind of planetarium. There's where I came in. We've looked at the exhibits. That's to kind of give you some clues about how things work in the universe. We will get to the launch eventually. Here's the map. Space. You are here. And there's... We're going to be looking at this map a number of times as well. We can move around it. Okay. We'll get there. I just finished pre-flight observations, and local conditions are good. Time to get our newest astronaut off the ground. And you'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with a Nomai translator tool. I confess I've been giddy all day just thinking about it. We're better equipped than ever to unravel the mysteries of the Nomai. You and Hal should be very proud of your work. Tell me, what's your plan once you're in space? I'm gonna start with something small. You prefer to ease into things? That's a sensible plan. More sensible than most of our astronauts tend to be, and that's a fact. Do you think you'll go to the Attlerock then? Our moon would be a safe place to travel and get your bearings in space, and I'm sure Esker would appreciate the visit. Plus, we don't know what the ancient Nomai ruins on the moon are, or why they were built. You could put your new translator tool through its paces. Well then, looks like all that's left is to send you off. All in all, it's a fine day for a launch. I'm ready to die in space. I'm not one for superstition, but isn't that kind of unlucky to say before launch? At any rate, here are the launch codes. Try not to worry too much. Our ships are every bit as safe as Slate could be persuaded to make them. Best of luck out there. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Okay. Oh, and you can see in the lower corner of my screen, I now have launch codes. I can read. This is odd. According to my redshift calculations, every single galaxy in this image is moving away from us. In fact, the farther away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to be moving away. It's almost as if the entire universe is expanding. But if that's true, was everything closer together in the past, and how far back can we extrapolate? Did the universe have a beginning? Okay, alright, well we have launch codes. Let's get moving. There we go. Oh. Well, that happened. We saw kind of flashes of everything we'd done so far in the day. Fascinating. Isn't there sometimes a guy here to talk to? Alright, well. Let's go to the launch tower. Oh, there he is. Hey, hey! So did you get a good look at that Nomai statue? The statue looked at me and opened its eyes. Whoa, whoa, the statue was doing what? So its eyes opened, and then you saw images from your own memories and glowing lights flying around? You mean like a hallucination? Listen, no offense, but are you sure you're okay to launch, like, medically speaking? No, that statue is definitely weird. I mean, if you're saying that it happened, then I guess maybe it did, but why? Hornfels tried everything to get the statue's eyes to open, and nothing like this ever happened to them. I don't think you're going to get any answers from the museum statue, but Gabbro said they were going to Giant's Deep. Don't know which island they're on, though. Maybe they'd be able to tell you more. On the other hand, Gabbro's, you know, Gabbro, so maybe you'd be better off searching for more info on your own. Geez, now I'm really jealous you're going into space. Hey, see if you can use our translator tool to find out more about the statue, okay? Good luck, and safe flying. Alright, thanks, Hal. Alright. Some lumber stored there. That lovely song playing again. Hello, astronaut. Are you going into space today? Are you going into space and never coming back like Feldspar did? Don't worry, I'll come back. That's what Feldspar said too, but they never did. Hornfels will be really sad if you don't come back, like how sad it makes them to talk about Feldspar. So you should make sure you don't get lost in space too. Thank you, Tefra. Very encouraging. Down some ledges. And we've made a full loop back to the campsite. Now, the trick is you can't hop back up there. So you do have to do a whole loop through the village to get the launch codes. There's my buddy. But I'm ready. I'm going. Take the elevator up. And here's my ship. Walk into the blue field here. And I'm looking right at my suit, which I will put on. Little Scout Ken. See beyond the horizon, illuminate dark areas, detect hazards, and test the environment. So that's good. I can health and I can heal myself and refuel my jetpack there. And here is my trusty computer for keeping track of everything I've learned so far. The engines and a gravity crystal. And the pilot's seat. Oxygen refill. Spot a tree. Walk towards it. Enjoy. There's all kinds of little tips around, hidden around here. There's a map. Let's see what we know so far. Our solar system. I prefer to look at things in rumor mode, which kind of gives you the branching paths here. There's our village. The one and only Hearthian village, as well as the main source of explosions on this planet. The Nomai statue in the observatory opened its eyes and looked at me. I saw strange glowing lights, and my own memories flashed before my eyes. Hal says the statue has never opened its eyes before, despite Hornfeld's best efforts. Zero-G Cave, a cave at the very center of Timber Hearth used by Outer Wilds Ventures to train new astronauts. I successfully repaired another satellite for Gossin. There's Gabbro there. There's Esker's camp, that's on the moon, and the lunar ruins. So why don't we go see Esker? Let's check it out. Sounds like Esker is still stationed on the Attlerock. They've been there by themselves for a while. Okie dokie. So we're going to sit down in our seat, buckle up, and we have liftoff. Oh. Jeez, I think I almost flew into the moon there. There's our sun. So, space flight controls work similar to the Zero-G Cave, where I can hold down the A button to kind of match velocity with things. I've got headlights on the ship. I've got some display panels around. And my good old scout launcher. There's Esker's camp. And what we'll do is we are going to switch into... Wait. Momentum. Physics. We'll switch into landing mode here, which kind of puts us down at a little screen. And lets me bring it in nice and gentle. And hit a tree. We'll go to the edge of the crater. There we go. Okay, back to cockpit view. We unbuckle. We make sure our suit is on before we pop out into no atmosphere. There's an unidentified signal nearby. It appears to be Esker. There we go. Put that away. Whoa. Our own planet. Passing over the sun. Alright. Oh, hey, it's you. Ground control didn't tell me you were launching. Long time no see. Actually, I guess it's been a long time since I've seen anyone. Well, don't the other travelers come by? The lunar outpost saw more traffic back when our ships were less sophisticated and needed more frequent repairs. Nowadays, it's mostly used to keep a set of eyes on things. Sometimes Chert comes by to say hi, but Gabbro is Gabbro, and you know how Rebeck feels about unnecessary spaceflight. Don't go. I mean, is there anything else you wanted to ask? Was that you whistling? Probably, or actually, definitely. The other travelers carry instruments, so they don't bother whistling. You can pick up their music with the signal scope, you know. Best spot for that is the North Pole. Great reception. The North Pole is marked in red on your mini-map, but the Attlerock is a pretty small moon, really. Just go north. You can't miss it. Okay, well, that's all I really need to know, I think, for now. Ship log updated, so every time we learn things, we can roast a marshmallow here, and we can also sleep and pass the time if we want to. Every time we learn things, it gets automatically added to the excellent journaling system in our ship. Why don't we take Esker's advice and go to the North Pole? Hop out of the... Oh, there we go. Whee! Looks like this is falling down a little bit. Love having very low gravity. Esker's signal scope log. Day 48, still not picking up Rebeck's banjo from Biddle Hollow. I'm sure they're fine, but I'll feel better once I can hear their music. Day 51, listen to Chert play for a while today. Unrelated, someone should tell Porphy and Gossin their flirting is not subtle from an aerial perspective. Day 55, banjo music coming in loud and clear today. Sounds like Rebeck's doing okay. That oaf, I was worried. Day 63, today I thought I heard something strange. I don't know, it was probably nothing. Day 70. No, it's back again today, too. Something strange is coming from Timber Hearth. Day 76. Okay, I know this is crazy, but the sound from Timber Hearth sounds exactly like Feldspar's harmonica, but Feldspar disappeared in space ages ago. It can't be them. Day 88. It's still here. This is creepy. Maybe my signal scope is broken. I better talk to Nice. Okay, so from here we can update the signal scope, and we have our frequency set to Outer Wilds Ventures. I can change frequency to Hide and Seek if I want. Only. There's that harmonica coming from Timber Hearth, as well as Dark Bramble. Interesting. There's sort of a low flute sound. The drums. And the banjo. Cool. Here's my ship. There was ruins here on the moon as well. Let's try and find them. Refill my stuff. And... love that sound. Okay, what are we doing? Moon's not that... oh, hello. Well, that looks cool. Let's check it out. No, wait. I meant to do landing mode, not... okay. It's fine. We didn't crash the ship too bad. Landing mode. I accidentally pressed unbuckle and got up from my seat when I was supposed to be piloting the ship. Won't happen again. Flashlight on. These look to be ice crystals? In a crater here on the Attlerock. And I thought I saw something else. Oh, there it is. Wah. Okay, a little high. Play recording. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. This is an old crater. The neat thing here is that the composition of the samples I took from the impact site matches the composition of the ice on the outskirts of Dark Bramble. I'd posit the Attlerock was hit with a piece of the planet that used to be where Dark Bramble now lies. To follow up on, maybe there are more fragments of the old planet Dark Bramble destroyed on the other astral bodies in the solar system. Interesting. Could be. I can refuel my jetpack. Okay, cool. And there were supposed to be some ruins on the moon. Let's find them. Oh, that looks promising. Don't unbuckle. Whoa. And we'll just put her down nice and gentle here. Some ominous tones. Cool. Okay, so we have different symbols. And, oh, this tracks me when I move it around. I'll move it, let's try the... looks to be the sun. I can hear it. Hear the storms of Giant's Deep. That'll be Brittle Hollow. What's this? It's not stopping. This thing's not dialing in anywhere. Interesting. Try Brittle Hollow here. Humming. Interesting. Then we can go downstairs. Some trees here, and Nomai writing that so far they have not been able to translate. Let's do it. Coleus says, I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and it can hear and follow the signals from the sun, Giant's Deep, and Brittle Hollow. Coleus adds, however, something strange is happening when I ask the eye signal locator to follow the eye's signal. The device's indicator rotates wildly and never points to just one direction. Felix says, I see. I most likely calibrated the locator incorrectly. Privet, my apprentice, and I will make adjustments and try again. Felix says, an update. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. Cassava adds, it saddens me to posit this, my friends, but I believe this locator cannot detect the eye's signal. We would need to build a more sensitive device if we wanted to locate the eye of the universe. Thatch says, then we will build it. Don't lose hope, Cassava. Our search for the eye is what brought our clan to this place. We won't give up so easily. Ah, so already we're learning. They came from somewhere else. Thatch says, this is a curious result. It's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. So here you can see kind of the artful and loopy and connected way that the Nomai write. We can also remove this scroll from the wall. And this may be something we need to do later on. Put it there. Let's try this scroll. Thatch, where should we build? Where should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? It may need to be larger than this eye signal locator is. Coleus says, Anona and those of us originally stranded on Ember Twin built a quantum moon locator there, but the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building on that planet. Quantum moon locator, cool. Plume says, the southern glacier on Brittle Hollow has ample available space. I could construct a new building to house this proposed locator. Felix says, yes, let's build there. I imagine our young friend Connoy would enjoy that immensely. He's always held a great interest in the eye, especially for a child born so long after the crash. I will begin construction on Brittle Hollow, South Pole immediately then. Cool. Ship's log updated. That may be a place to check out. Here's a recording. Okay, wow. Wow. I've seen this ruin in other travelers' pictures, but seeing it for myself, it's really old, isn't it? But wow, this is the coolest day of my life. Okay, time for some official notes. So this is some kind of Nomai locator. It can point out the different planets, which is incredibly cool, by the way. But from what little I can understand of the writing here, I think it was built to try and find something specific. I'm not sure. I also was able to translate something about the South Pole of Brittle Hollow, so I'll fly there to see if I can learn more. Yep, just gonna get back in the old ship and take off. Totally safe. Mostly safe. Oh, stars above. Okay, that appears to be what there is to learn down here. We're now gonna... Seeing this symbol elsewhere, this appears to be related to the eye of the universe, which we're gathering that the Nomai came here, crashed here, to try and find. Oh, where did I... Oh, ship. Hello. There's our sun. Let's pop back in here. So as you can see, when we make discoveries like this, harmonica signal is a new mystery, Southern Observatory, and Rebec. So we have this kind of arching... I'm curious about that harmonica signal. We can also try and find Gabbro on Giant's Deep. When I was replaying the game just now, before I decided to do YouTube things, I would follow the Southern Observatory path, and so I'm going to put that off for now, just so I don't do it right away all over again. The beauty of this game is that you can follow any of these clues in any direction, or just kind of strike out on your own and see what you can see. Let's try harmonica signal. Esker's signal scope log reports harmonica music coming from somewhere on Timber Hearth. They claim it sounds just like Feldspar's harmonica, but Feldspar disappeared in space ages ago. Alright. Buckle up. I do have... Oh, there's a curious sort of bit of ruins there on the planet. This is our good old Timber Hearth. We will get to that part That's intriguing in its own way. Oh, and I see sort of a landing pad down there. Okay, now I want to know what that's about. Hang on. Let's match velocity here. Oh, lock on. Get my landing mode out. Alright, we're going in. Nice. Always make sure you have your suit on. So over here... Mining site 2B. Oh, so they were doing mining on Timber Hearth, and we can... Oh, yeah, just like the other one. Oh. Okay, I saw the cave also went off in that direction, so we'll want to check that out as well. Some bones. How spooky. We're at 1 gravity, so I don't have tons of... No. Yeah. More bones. Aha. And what looks to be sort of like the elevator into my ship. So if I jump in that, it'll probably whisk me upwards. Let's see here. Oeno says, I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Psycad, isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. Oeno says, no, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. Psycad, if they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they planned accordingly. Oh, wait, no. I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Coleus. Coleus, how else would he improve? Coleus adds, I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timber Hearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If eventually life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. Oh, so they were using metal, but they left us some... table there. I am curious about where that elevator takes me, so we will come back to that. Oh, hello. It's kind of a thing there, and Ash Twin Projection Stone. Let's pop it on the corresponding thing. Whoa. Whoa! Okay, there's some three-eyed masks. If I go toward them, I step out of the projection area and it turns off. So we're not actually moving there, we're just looking. We can also pop this into the stand here and read untranslated know my writing in orange. Yarrow says, my gratitude for the latest shipment, Oeno. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Oeno says, this is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. Yarrow says, we'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. Yarrow adds, once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. Oh, so they have sealed something in Ash Twin because of reasons. And a disaster if it had a crack in it. Now we're going to jump in this elevator. Let's see what happens here. Oh, this maybe doesn't go up any further. It might just go to here. Yeah. Oh, man. Do I want to know what's down there? That's probably if I fall. If I fall down the mine, then I have a way back up. There's some more. There's another elevator there. Like if I would have whiffed this, maybe I will now. Oh yeah, if you get in the water, it sends you straight down. Ride the vents. Or just take the elevator. It's blocked. There are these rings around it. Where does that go? Okay, I'm gonna try and boost my way out of the water. Here we go. Boost! No. Okay, let's position ourselves over a vent here. Don't burn. Don't burn. Don't burn me. Come on. And I want to land in that. Right there. Which gets us in the elevator. Okay, so we'll head back to the ship and kind of collate what we found for now. I don't think there's more down below. But the game will also do a thing where in the journal, it'll tell you if there's more to be discovered in a particular location. So if it gives us that hint. Okay. Yep. Oh. There we go. I love to use the boosters to kind of boost water. So we'll take a look here. Know My Mines, Ash Twin projects, big new ones. It looks like we got everything here. View entry. The Know My Mind ore from this site to craft a protective shell designed to physically seal off the central chamber inside Ash Twin. And once the shell was finished, the Know My checked to ensure there were no longer any physical entrances or cracks. There's a central chamber inside Ash Twin that's physically sealed off. Interesting. Okay, I wanted to go the other way in this cave, though. Not that way. Not... This way. This takes us... Oh, it just takes us out to this bridge area that we kind of saw before. Endless waterfall. So let's head back to our ship and maybe follow up on that harmonica mystery that brought us back here in the first place. Straight up should be okay. Yay. Okay, signal scope. What? The song. This is a song we will become familiar with. Because it means we're going to watch this one. So, we wake up again to a familiar sight. We still remember the launch codes, which is good. We'll talk to Slate. Hey, you ready to get this thing off the ground? Ship's all fueled up and ready to go. Did I just die? Bad dream or something? You still look half asleep, but that's a negative on being deceased. I know it's tradition to sleep out under the stars the night before a launch, but if you ask me, it makes you all a bit jumpy. Yes, this is the... I mean, we can skip a lot of what we did the first time around, but this is the time loop nature of the game. That every 20 to 30 minutes, our beautiful sun explodes, and we have to start over. We remember, thank goodness. Our ship computer remembers everything we've discovered so far. But we're going to have to work with the cyclical nature of the game and of the world if we're going to progress. Unfortunately for now, I think that's going to be about the end of today's recording. I hope you are as intrigued as I was when I first started playing this game years ago. And I'm really looking forward to re-exploring some of these sites that I have not seen in 6 years. As always, thank you ever so much for watching, and we will see you next mission.